Students, today we discuss two important theorems on compactness. Compactness. One is the tube lemma, very important tube lemma. So before starting, I of course tell all of you to subscribe this channel to get this kind of video. Like then like and share with your friends. And of course comment me if you have any suggestion. So let's start. We laid that there is a bijective continuous function a from x to y. This is the bijective continuous map. This is the first theorem. So this is the bijective continuous map. Continuous map. Here also given that if x is compact and y is house drop, x is compact and y is house drop, then we will have to prove that AP homomorphism. We have to prove that there if these are found, the first theorem is said that if is found homeomorphism. You know the definition of homeomorphism. You have to prove just given that bijective continuous map, we have to prove that the inverse is also bijective continuous map. It will prove that AP homeomorphism. So here the proof will not be too very hard. We'll use two set properties to prove this. Since X is compact, it is given that X is compact. We'll take a closed subset of X. Let A is a closed subset of X. Closed subset of X. By A, you can formulate a subspace and also relate to topology. So A can be a subspace also. So since A is subspace of X and X is compact, so by the theorems we know already that A must be compact. A must be compact. If A is compact, A is compact. Since it is also closed subspace of a compact subspace, then A is compact. Now what will be Fa? Fa, the image of A under a continuous bijective mapping must be compact, closed and compact, closed and compact. So if this image is closed and compact, then also given that Y is Hausdorff, in Y is Hausdorff, and its subspace is closed and compact. So so what we have to through the through the bijective continuous map, we can say that Y is compact, not closed. It cannot be easy to say that it is closed. Just it is compact because this is a continuous. This is the image of a continuous under the continuous map, bijective continuous map F. So Fa must be compact. Now Y is Hausdorff. So since Y is Hausdorff and its subspace Fa is compact, so it must be closed. We know this theorem. So Fa must be closed in Y. Fa is closed in Y. Now, if this is closed in Y, then you can say that F inverse must be continuous and bijective F inverse. But we can also prove this in this way. This way it can be proved this. That we have already proved that Fa is closed in Y, then Y minus Y complement Fa is open in Y, open in Y. So its inverse, F inverse Y complement Fa. You know that this is equal to F inverse Y minus E. So F inverse Y, because this is bijective continuous map, F inverse Y must be X complement A. So A is also proof that we have taken that A is closed. Our assumption that A is closed. So this must be open. This is open. So we have now clear concept that F inverse must be continuous, bijective continuous map. So F is a homomorphism. Homomorphism. Second theorem is very important, the tube lemma, very important compact in the study of compactness. Tube lemma is that tube lemma. If we consider a product of two topological spaces x cross y, where y is compact given, where y is compact, then if n is an open set, is an open set open set of x cross y, the product topology, containing a slice which contains n this open set n containing a slice we are taking x0 cross y of x plus y, then the Q lemma states that n contains some Q w cross y about the point or the slice x0 cross y, where w is the neighborhood of x0, where w is the neighborhood of x0. Yeah, proof is very important. Neighborhood of x0. So let's prove this. Here a compulsory condition for the T lemma is that the second topology y must be compact. It is mandatory, and then it can be proved that if there is any open set A about a point or a slice x0y, then there must be a T also w cross y about this point x0y, where w is the neighborhood of the point x0. Very important. Let's prove. So first we take x cross y is a product topology, and we will take a point in this topology which contains, we will take a0 y, x0 cross y belongs to this product topology x cross y. So we wish to cover this through open sets in x cross y. We are taking open sets, collection of open sets ui intersection vi, which are all open in this product topology, which are open in x cross y. Now y is compact given, so we wish to cover this point x, this slice x0 cross y. So one more thing is that x0 cross y is also, if you take any mapping from x0 cross y to y, this must be, this image must be homeomorphic, must be homeomorphic. Easy to say, see, must be homeomorphic. So if y is compact, then then x0 cross y is also compact. It is also compact. So if this is compact, then it must have a its every cover must have a finite subcover. So we are taking the finite subcover of its. Let this finite subcover is I is equal to 1 to n. I is equal to 1 to n. Ey cross vi is an open covering of this slice x0 cross y. So this is a finite subcovering. So here uh, we will have, if we will take the intersection of EYs, if we will take all the intersection of EYs, U1, U2, U3 up to UN, up to UN, W, W, then this intersection, because UI are covering this point x0, so W must contain the point x0. X0 must belong to W. And what is to look that all UIs are open in X, the topological space X, and all VIs are open in the topological space V. So VI, the open sets in Y, uh, uh, covering or the finite number of open sets Vi covers Y. So so there are the finite number of VIs which covers Y, and the finite number of UIs will take intersection. All are open in X, so its intersection must be open. So W must be open. W is open in X, and W also because all these open sets UI in the topology X covers this point X0, so its intersection must belong intersection point must belong intersection W must contain the point X0. So we can uh, very easily look this that this open set uh, now if we take all these open sets denoted by n, all these open sets denoted by n, then n then n must contain this point w with about this point x0. N must contain the point n now must contain the point x0 cross y, because we have proved this that the finite subcover covers this slice x0 cross y. So n So in must and the intersection of all the open sets ui's in A contains this point x0. So n must contain the point x0 cross y. So x0 cross y. So we have also actually not x0 cross y, actually the tube w cross y, w cross y, because uh, w cross y and w cross y, and the tube also contains this point, yeah, this slice x0 cross y. X0 cross y are covered by the finite collection of ui's cross bi's. So w cross y must be contained in n, and w is open. We have already to prove that w is open in the topology ax. So we can find out for open n, which of the product topology x cross y, that their n must contain a tube w cross y, mm, w cross y, where w is a open set in the topology Ax, about the point x0. So this is our goal to prove. Here one question may arise that how these open sets covering x0 cross y covers w cross y. There it can be questioned that these open sets covering this slice, how can cover w cross y. So you can look this any point. If you will take any point x cross y, if you will take belonging to w cross y, w cross y, any point you will take in this tube w cross y, now had x belonging to w and y belonging to y. So and if you will take a point also in this slice, if you will take a point, another point x0 cross y with same y coordinate in the uh, y x in the x0 cross y. So what is to be noticed that they have same coordinate, and all the y points are uh, all the y points of these covered by the open sets gi in the y topological space y. So y points are covered by the topology, the open set is vi in the topology y. So the rest point x points or the x0 point also covered by the points belonging to the open set ui in the topological space x, because w we obtain by the intersecting of these open sets ui's in the topology x. So w's points, all the points in the w must be covered by the open sets ui. So that's why you can say that the open covering of the slice xi x0 y vi all are covering the topology Y, and X0 or the open set W must be covered by the open set Ui in the topological space X. So through this property, you can say that N, the any open set must contain this open set also, or the tube also W cross Y, where W is a neighborhood or open in the topology X about the point X0. So this is the tube lemma. I hope you have understood this topic. If you have not understood, then comment me. Comment me. I will try in better way to understand, make you understand. Thanks for watching.